great song, you guys. What a great song. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Bottom of the Rabbit Hole. This is the pre-show. Obviously, things on my end are a little different. I have the lovely young lady sleeping next to me. And I want you to keep in mind, this is only the pre-show. All right, so I am not going to keep this stream live the entire time. I am going to stop this, and I'm going to start a new one at 8:30. So this is literally just going to be its own video because I'm bored and because I want to watch things to get ready for the debate. And instead of doing it by myself, I decided to do it with all y'all. So, a little bit of this. I highly suggest going to follow Placeboing. He's amazing. But who is excited for this debate tonight? This is wild. This is fire. I'm so excited. And right now, as a little special treat, I set up nothing yet. Good. I am going to set up a little video from Tim Pool that I just watched a few minutes of, and I said, you know what?
Trump camp seeks extra debate rule. Third-party inspectors to look for electronic devices in candidates' ears. A source said Biden campaign has declined the ear check. Now, I guess they may have removed the part where he wanted breaks, but we'll get to that. President Trump is asking for an additional ground rule.
All right.
Tonight.
Here we go. We can get all the 411 on this debate tonight together. Share this stream. Actually, don't even bother sharing this stream. This stream's just for fun. We're going to watch some Tim Pool and some other videos to get hyped for this debate tonight. Some pre-shows. And it's going to be a blast. I know you guys are just as excited about this debate as I am. So because of that, we are all going to get excited. I'm going to handle that once Tim starts talking. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-show if you're just joining us. We're about to watch some Tim Pool talking about all the happenings of the day, the details. I'm going to be playing some different videos, some silly shit to get ready for the debate tonight. Woo! Baby, I'm fired up. It's like a pay-per-view fight. Only this time I get to stream it live because it's not on pay-per-view. So we're going to watch this together, and it's going to be a fucking blast. Here we go.
Tonight, Donald Trump will debate Joe Biden in the first presidential debate of this cycle. And it's a bit late. People are already casting their ballots. This probably should have happened a long time ago. But Donald Trump has made some demands. First, he wants third-party inspectors to check Joe Biden for earpieces. And guess what? Joe Biden actually refused. Oh, really? What? How hard is it to be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Have someone walk over and look in your ear and be like, yeah, he's got nothing. Trump said he'd do the same thing. And recently, Trump said he wanted Joe Biden to take a drug test before or after the debates. Now, here comes the grand speculation. Joe Biden requested two breaks every 30 minutes in the debate. And a lot of people are wondering why that is. Perhaps he's an old man who can't stand that long and he needs a potty break or something. Well, Donald Trump said no dice. Trump routinely stands for several hours when he's speaking to his supporters, so he's not down for that. Some people are actually suggesting that Joe Biden needs the breaks to administer his uppers because Trump is accusing him of taking drugs. This is going to be great. It's going to be entertainment. It's going to be one of the best shows we've ever seen in politics. It was previously described as Mike Tyson boxing a 3-year-old, but many people are saying we're underestimating Joe Biden. It's true. They're saying Joe Biden's been in politics for nearly 50 years. The dude knows how to debate. That may be, but come on, man. He's been in politics for 50 years. That's 47 years, but he's kind of too old for this. He might know how to debate, but can he actually do it? In fact, Politico writes, it's Trump who is being underestimated. They don't understand. They probably would have been better off keeping Biden out of the debates. None of us thought it was going to happen, and maybe it still won't. I don't know. It's on for tonight. It'll probably happen. But a lot of people couldn't believe it because Joe Biden just does not seem with it. Video after video after video showing Joe Biden failing to speak properly. And you know what's going to happen? Because Trump is ruthless. Joe Biden's going to gaffe, and Trump's going to be doing, like, you ever see Austin Powers when Dr. Evil keeps going, maybe you don't know the movie, but Trump's going to keep interrupting. He's going to take advantage of those gaffes, and he's going to mock and belittle Biden. He's going to point out the dude can't be president. And many people are already saying if he needs a break every 30 minutes because he's too old and he can't stand that long, he should not be president. Now, Donald Trump's pretty old too, but the dude seems spry. All of this is happening while insane smears are dropping. I am just so eager for us to get into October already, the month before the election, because the news is going to be absolutely ridiculous. They're going to accuse Donald Trump of things you didn't think were possible. They couldn't possibly accuse Trump of this, and they'll do it. Right now, I've got a line of stories where Trump insulted Latinos, Trump insulted black voters, Trump insulted soldiers, Trump is insulting literally everyone and his own supporters. I really just don't believe it. And I doubt most people do as well. But if you think this cycle is bad, just wait till we get into October. There's still more debates to come. And right now, Trump wants Joe Biden to take a drug test. Okay, let's read about what's happening to give you some context as we enter this presidential debate. Before we get started, head over to timcast.com/donate. If you would like to support my work, there are many ways you can give. I got a P.O. box if you would like to send stuff my way. But the best thing you can do, share this video. Now, I understand this video is supposed to be for pre-debate, and many of you are probably going to listen to it and watch it after the fact. But if I still talk about things that you think are relevant, sharing this video can really help. And I mean it. I don't have a big marketing department like CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. I just have word of mouth. If all of you shared this video right now, I'd be bigger than all of them like that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. But let's read this story from Fox News. Trump camp seeks extra debate rule. Third-party inspectors to look for electronic devices in candidates' ears. A source said Biden campaign has declined the ear check. Now, I guess they may have removed the part where he wanted breaks, but we'll get to that. President Trump is asking for an additional ground rule ahead of Tuesday night's first presidential debate between him and Biden. Fox News has learned that the president's re-election campaign wants the Biden campaign to allow a third party to inspect the ears of each debater for electronic devices or transmitters. The president has consented to this kind of inspection, but a source said the Biden campaign has declined the ear check. Wait, why? Okay, listen. If Joe Biden did have some kind of hearing device, they probably wouldn't put it in his ear. I mean, maybe he's got a hearing aid or something because he's old. But how small is a device going to be that can actually transmit audio? I guess it can get pretty small. But I guess, like you've seen AirPods or whatever. Sure, I guess. But what about bone conduction? He can have some kind of bone conduction device you're not going to see. Inspecting his ear seems kind of pointless. The Trump campaign, in the hours ahead of the debate, claimed Biden's campaign had agreed to such an inspection before reversing themselves. Quote, Joe Biden's handlers several days ago agreed to a pre-debate inspection for electronic earpieces, but today abruptly reversed themselves and declined. Biden's handlers, because we know Biden's not the one leading this, have asked for multiple breaks during the debate, which President Trump doesn't need, so we have rejected that request. On top of the refusal to take a drug test, it seems pretty obvious the Biden team is looking for any safety net they can find in the hours leading up to the debate. With his 47 years as a failed Washington politician, how much help does Biden want? Over the last several weeks, sources told Fox News the former vice president's campaign has also requested 2 breaks, one every 30 minutes, to break up the 90-minute commercial-free program. But that request has been denied by their Trump counterparts, the sources said. A Trump campaign source told Fox News that our guy doesn't need breaks. He gives 90-minute speeches all the time. Kate Bedingfield, Biden's deputy campaign manager, called the Trump campaign's request absurd in a call with reporters. She also denied the claim that the campaign had asked for breaks. See, this is where we get into WWE territory. Donald Trump, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure he is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Laugh about it. underestimate him, which many people are doing. They don't get it. Trump knows how to put on a show. Think about what WWE is. It's not real fighting. It's showmanship, and it's choreographed. Well, Trump can bring that to a debate, and he has. Remember during the debate with Hillary Clinton when he was like, you would be in jail, and everyone starts clapping and cheering and getting them all riled up? That builds enthusiasm. Did Trump really lock up Hillary? No. The Durham probe is looking into the Clinton Foundation, I guess a little bit. Probably not going to happen. But Trump knows how to rile people up. And these debates are coming just before the election when Joe Biden needs enthusiasm, and he's not going to get it. They go on to say, quote, his staff seems concerned that he may not do well tonight, and they're already laying the groundwork for how they're going to lie about why, Bedingfield emphasized. It is completely absurd, of course. He's not wearing an earpiece, and we never asked for breaks. The debate, the first of three between Biden and Trump, kicks off at 9 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday and is being hosted by Case Western Reserve University and the Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. The showdown's being moderated by Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace. Bedingfield, speaking with reporters, added, if we're playing that game, the Trump team asked that Chris Wallace never mention the number of COVID deaths once during the debate. You can consider that confirmed from the Biden campaign. See how easy that was to try and throw out a distraction? It is pathetic. It's weak.
I like it.
Once again, the Trump campaign is lying. They're going to process because they don't want to debate Joe Biden on the substance. You go to process when you can't go to substance. I completely disagree with that. Now we're getting a lot of he said, she said, okay? But one thing's for sure. Apparently Trump did ask that they inspect their earpieces, and Biden's camp said no. But no, listen. Donald Trump is going after process because it's a double whammy, man. He's hitting him on process, and of course he's going to hit him on substance. Donald Trump's got so much to go after. Biden, you've been in for 47 years. What have you got going on? Healthcare, you never did that. Radical left, you're calling for a moratorium on deportations and decriminalizing border crossing. Trump's going to talk policy, and it's going to resonate. How about riots? How about safety for the American people? That's something Trump's going to want to bring up, because even though Biden's going to try and say, it's your America, Trump, you're president, Trump's going to fire back with, your campaign staffers are the ones who are bailing these people out. And of course, that's not going to play well in the suburbs.
And
Tim Murtaugh fired back saying, quote, this is a lie and never happened. This is the height of playing politics with a public health crisis. Biden is trying to distract from the facts that he won't submit to an inspection for earpieces, won't take a drug test, and needs multiple breaks during a 90-minute debate. Fox News has reached out to the Commission on Presidential Debates, the bipartisan organization that for more than 3 decades has organized and produced the debates for a response to the requests. The commission has traditionally pushed back against requests from the networks for commercial breaks. So we do have a couple other posts. Ebony Bowden, verified she is a Washington correspondent for the New York Post, says, Joe Biden's campaign agreed to an inspection for electronic earpieces at tonight's debate several days ago, but are now declining, a source familiar tells me. I don't know who her source is. It may be from the Trump campaign, maybe not. We also have this tweet. David S. Johnson pushing back on Jack Posobiec, because Posobiec said that they were, in fact, asking for breaks. He says, I've deleted the tweet that called BS on Posobiec. Apparently, a report does exist on Fox News, citing unidentified sources. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is just what we're getting is entertainment and enthusiasm. You know, Jack Posobiec comes out and says, we've got, per report, here's what they're saying. He's pushing back. But here's the funny thing. Unidentified sources. You don't get to play this game, okay? If Fox News says they have sources saying this happened, what do you want me to do about that? Because the New York Times does it all the time. So you can't now just reject it because you don't like it. But of course,
First of all, Ralph, as far as an embarrassment goes, says, what an embarrassment these two will be. Hope the world isn't watching. Good thing the electorate is pretty much decided already. I would say that is far from true. I don't know who you think this election's decided for already. If it's decided for anyone, it's decided
who's
for
actually
our president.
Being underestimated. Politico says Trump.
But two, yes, this tea is amazing, by the way. Hodge twins, yeah. Just got it in today, very excited. And three, Trump is amazing, and it's so sad that you feel that way. I hope you watch this, Ralph, and you understand the level of truth that you are about to see tonight come out of a sitting president is going to be second to none. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be phenomenal. And I'm glad you're here joining it, watching with us tonight. For everyone joining us, this is just the pre-show, playing some different videos, things to get us hyped up. And then I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to restart another one at 8:30. We're going to watch part 2 of the Project Veritas rigging the election from 2018 that came out yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, directly indicating Ilhan Omar with a ballot harvesting scheme on a widespread scale. So I hope Ralph sticks around for that because his cognitive dissonance might not be able to take it. And what else did Ralph just say? People have already made up their minds. This debate will change no minds. That's not true. What do you think? I don't think I'll vote for Joe Biden if he can get through this without passing out or going, why? I mean, come on, man. That's a bunch of malarkey. Don't give me that. All right, now, back to the videos. Thank you for joining us. I hope you stick around at 8:30. I hope you choose to watch the debates here with us because we're going to have a good time. There will be no pauses. There will be no breaks during the debates. We're going to play it straight through. I'll try my hardest to shut the fuck up. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone now that we have some people joining us here. Back to the pre-show. Back to the hype videos.
Not Biden is being underestimated going into the debate. Watching his 2015 and 2016 debate performances is a mind-boggling experience, knowing how it turned out in the end. They basically go on, look at this. In 2016, during one of her first prep sessions for the presidential debates with Trump, Hillary Clinton listened to a litany of attacks from Felipe Reines, a longtime aide who was playing the role of Trump and tormenting her with zingers about taxes, jobs, and immigration. Hillary has never created 100,000 jobs as Trump had. Trump's tax plan was endorsed by Larry Kudlow, one of the greatest economists of all time. You can't have a country if you don't have a real border. Clinton sat down, chastened. This is not going to be easy. That's a devastating argument, she said. I have not created 100,000 jobs, and maybe nobody knows who Larry Kudlow is, but he's telling you he's an expert. She immediately and throughout saw the power of the 100,000 job argument, Reines said recently in an interview, and how it helped Trump steamroll over 17 non-business people in the Republican primaries. After watching hours of Trump debates from 2015 and 16, what comes across in hindsight is that he had an underappreciated style, strategy, and message. He was not the Donald Trump of Twitter, where he launches his crudest attacks. He was not the Donald Trump of MAGA rallies, where he feeds off the crowd and plays a role that is a mix of demagogue, right-wing pundit, and entertainer. The matchup with Biden will be much different. Trump is an unpopular incumbent with a record to defend. He no longer has a clear message, as he did in 2016. Biden has the benefit of 4 extra years to study Trump. But the conventional wisdom about Trump arriving in Cleveland Tuesday as a manic and extremely, Trumpy debater could be wrong. Trump won the Republican nomination partly on the strength of his debate appearances. And while post-debate polls were generally favorable to Hillary in 2016, Trump's 3 general election debates were crucial to his victory. Maybe everything is different this year, but the debates offer the best and last opportunity for Trump to turn around the race. No, I completely disagree with that premise.
Chad,
the race
the
is
channel,
predicated upon complete nonsense, fake news, smears, and whether or not people trust the media. Okay, maybe Donald Trump is fighting for his career. You gotta recognize, for all the Trump supporters out there, it's closer than you think. Just the News says Biden continues steady 6-point lead against Trump among likely voters. Trump maintains strong favorability among in-person votes. Biden has major edge with mail-in votes. And of course, we've seen from Project Veritas.
God bless
We've
America,
already got
Ralph.
accusations and video evidence of cash exchanges.
I got to comment on that. So first of all, Rami, a.k.a. the man of a million online handles. Today he's on here as Mr. Guarantee. I can't wait to see what Biden's policies will be. I think we all feel that way, Rami. Because it only seems The Rock knows what their plans are, of course. And even he asked questions and didn't get responses. We'll watch that video during the pre-show. What else? Ralph Bruno. No way, not watching with your trumpets. Oh, Ralph, you got to see the real concrete evidence of voter fraud that's going to get people put in jail. Because I remember you didn't believe it existed. And now we've caught it on film because we always knew it existed. Because that's why this is happening. To rig the election, Ralph. That's why you're living inside of a bubble, being afraid of a virus that has killed less than 1% of the people it's affected. I'm just trying to let you know, Ralph. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. Way less than 1% of people under the age of 70. And we're living in fear and getting unsolicited ballots mailed out in response to this. So I really hope you stick around at least that long. I hope you join us just from 8:30 to 9 to watch this video. If not, Ralph, go on my channel and watch it. You'll never do it. You'll never do it. You're not going to go watch the video. It's only 10 minutes long. There's 2 parts. There's a part 1 that I played yesterday and a part 2 we're going to play today. We might play part 1 on the pre-show here. But I appreciate everyone for sticking around. Make sure you stick around after 8:30. We're going to cut this off and we're going to go the next way. You're happy in your bubble. You're not afraid and still live in a bubble. Well, Ralph, unfortunately, I'm not afraid. You're right. But my bubble isn't a mental bubble that's going to bring communism to this country. Unfortunately, yours is, but I appreciate it. I want to get back to the pre-show, though. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Share the stream. Actually, don't even share this one. This is just the pre-show. Share the one at 8:30 because that's going to be the debate live. Invite all your friends in. We'll have a good time.
For ballots. And I got to say, man, if we lost, what, like 1 million primary ballots or something like that, were at risk of being disqualified. 70,000 votes in Baltimore were held by the post office for unknown reasons through no fault of the voter. Mail-in voting will be chaotic. Now, maybe that benefits Trump because he's got an edge with in-person votes. But this is just the news. I chose this source on purpose because they're actually much more fair to Donald Trump than many other outlets. In fact, this is John Solomon's outlet, the one who reported on all of the Ukrainian interference in the election, which, while I'm not going to claim he's trying to help Trump, was absolutely much more beneficial to Trump than any other outlet. They go on to say, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden maintains a steady 6-point lead with likely voters, according to a new Just the News daily poll with Scott Rasmussen. Among Americans who have signaled their intent to vote, 51% say they will pick Biden, while 45% will choose Trump. Just 1% say they will vote for the Green Party candidate, Howie Hawkins, and the remaining 3% were not sure. This is not a CNN poll. This is Rasmussen. Rasmussen was right about the polls in 2016. Donald Trump could be on track to lose. Unless, of course, he's changed the game and the polls just still aren't working. I don't know for sure. If all of these pollsters changed their methodology, but Rasmussen didn't because Rasmussen was right. Ralph,
it's so cute when you're
ironically self-aware. You gotta trust Rasmussen right now, and Joe Biden's on track to win. Don't underestimate your opponent. And for all the Biden supporters, there's still some bad news in this. They're going to think they're going to win just like Hillary Clinton, become complacent, and then they lose. Now, why is it Trump may be hurting? Well, the New York Times just put out a smear piece about Trump's taxes, which was a whole lot of fake news. And I say a whole lot in terms of like the grandiose claims. Donald Trump only paid $750 in taxes for 2 years. Not true, according to the New York Times, who in their own report claimed Trump overpaid by millions. But his tax liability was only $750. Think about what that means. It means Trump's businesses are losing money, or Trump is losing money as president, which he says he is. And he still chose to pay way more than he owed and said just apply it to future tax debt. So not only did Trump pay millions more than he owed, he's actually losing money and still decided to pay. But the media finds a way to smear him. I bring you now to the hilarious smears. The Atlantic. Trump secretly mocks his Christian supporters. Former aide said that in private, the president has spoken.
You gotta love the Atlantic. The Atlantic just doesn't give a fuck. They're just the worst. So first of all, hey Jen, thank you for being here. I think we can all agree the Atlantic is like barely even a news publication at this point. They're absolutely terrible. I have not seen this story at all because I avoid the fake stuff, but I'm interested to see what it's going to say. So let's listen to Tim.
Spoken with cynicism and contempt about believers. Now, why would Trump insult Christians? How could he? What an awful person. From the Atlantic, Trump, Americans who died in war are losers and suckers. Well, how could Trump insult the troops? Man.
Oh, by the way, Ralph, just so you know, I don't believe all liberals are brainwashed. Liberals like you are, but the funny part is that you don't understand. Mr. Tim Pool here is a liberal. And this is what happens if you have a liberal set of morals and you're actually a liberal, but you're not brainwashed. You see the hypocrisy around you. And the shift in political values pushes you to the right and you become a moderate. classical liberals, people who actually believe in freedom, these people are supporting Trump, which is why Tim Pool a year ago did not support Trump. And now he's like, this is absolutely ridiculous and I'm voting for Trump.
Leaked file from Trump's 2016 campaign reveals strategy to deter 3.5 million black Americans from voting. Well, now why would Trump be going after the black community? What is this Trump doing? Here's another one. Trump said Hispanics are, quote, like blacks and too stupid to vote for him, and didn't care about his comments on illegal immigration, that they were killing his company, when his kids urged him to drop out of the race. Are you kidding me? You literally have a story for every single voting demographic, and you expect me to believe Trump's just sitting there being like, here's what I imagine. Trump sitting in a chair, like smoking a cigar, and he's like, so, Christians, yeah? Yeah, they're dumb. And Latino voters? Yeah, they're dumb. Soldiers, they're losers. You think Trump is just sitting there saying all of these things about all of these voting demographics? No. The media is pumping out smear after smear. They tried the same thing in 2016. They are trying it now. It is patently absurd. I'm not entirely convinced that this will work.
Jen,
but I'm going
welcome
to
to the
trust
show.
the Rasmussen poll. They were right in
Here we go. Only dissenting opinions here when I show up. Other than that, it's all flag waving, ass grabbing. Hey, Jen, does anyone know what time the debate is? Yes, I will be showing the debate here. It starts at 9 p.m. I'm going to end this stream and restart it at 8:30. And when you should come at 8:30 because we're going to show Voter Fraud Part 2 captured by Project Veritas.
2016. That's all that matters. Disagree with me all you want. That's fine. You better go out and vote. More than that, you better start canvassing people to go vote, because it looks like Trump is not on track to win. I've talked to a ton of people who say Trump landslide. I've in previous videos said Trump was going to win, then I said he's going to lose, then I said he's going to win. Yeah, I go back and forth, okay? Because I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you this. It's because new things happen. So forgive me if you want me to just sit here all day yelling Trump is going to win or not or whatever. The point is, when new information comes out, when new polls come out, my opinion on the matter will change. I think Trump's in trouble. I think with Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, Democrats are going insane. And Amy Coney Barrett is likely going to be confirmed, which will take some of the wind out of their sails because they've already lost the fight. But they're donating like crazy now because of it. Lindsey Graham apparently is like, I need money, getting killed in fundraising. But let me show you something for all those Trump supporters. You see, maybe we're seeing these polls. Maybe they're not doing so well. Maybe this time they really are wrong. And maybe there is a new breed of secret Trump voters. Now, I've said this in the past in a couple other videos. I do think there's going to be a larger wave of people who switch to Trump. Why? Well, I mean, because I did. I didn't vote for the guy in 2016. I'm voting for him now. I think the Democrats have lost the plot entirely. And I think if we don't do something, Joe Biden's going to get in. He's going to be the war machine all over again. He's going to be going after, he's going to be placating and negotiating with these extremists on the far left. But let me show you the good news, Trump supporters. From the New York Times, meet a secret Trump voter. Quote, being a lesbian who's voting for Trump is like coming out of the closet again. It's from the New York Times, just yesterday. Chris is a registered Democrat in her 50s who lives in Manhattan. She's well-educated, well-traveled, and well-informed. She has voted for candidates of both parties over the years and was enthusiastic for Bernie Sanders in 2016. Chris, you sound just like me. No joke. She asked me not to publish her last name.
Brainwashed.
It would not go down well for her at the store where she works as a manager if her colleagues knew that she plans to vote for Donald Trump. Chris is also gay. Being a lesbian who's voting for Trump is like coming out of the closet again. Brandon Strzok said something similar. That's the walk away dude. He said it was harder to come out saying he supported Trump than it was to come out and say he was gay. And I firmly believe it because we see it over and over again. They write, this is who wrote this? This is Brett Stevens. He writes, readers of this newspaper who conjure an image of a Trump voter probably think of people like Mark and Patricia McCloskey, the couple who pointed guns at protesters outside their St. Louis home in late June. But if Trump defies current polling and wins again, it'll be thanks to a discrete base of support from voters like Chris, who fit into none of the cultural or demographic stereotypes of the Trump base. It's worth understanding where she's coming from. Start with the economy. Quote, I haven't seen double-digit gains in my 401k since the internet boom of the late 90s. It went up 19.6% in the year before the pandemic. Look at the stock market, she says, up 35% from 4 years ago. Look at gas prices, about the same as they were when Trump took office, but well below the $3.31 per gallon at the midpoint of the Obama administration. This is everyday stuff that affects me. I don't care about Afghanistan and the Middle East. She says, I care about having a job. I care about having health care through my company. I was out of a job a few years ago. Obamacare priced me out of private insurance. It was like $560 a month. Then Obama's website blew up. He can't get the website right. Then there's this pandemic. Is Trump trying to play it down? Yeah. But when this first started, the news media was saying that millions of people were going to die. And look at it, 200,000 people compared to the population. What worries her more are the effects of the response to the pandemic in a liberal city like New York. Crime is in my neighborhood now.
Why would
There's
you throw that away
a homeless
for
encampment
Joe
near
Biden
me that's
president?
growing and growing. They have a living room and a shower curtain, and that's where they go to the bathroom. I have a guy who walks in front of the store every day in a diaper, and there's lawlessness coming into the store every day with an attitude of who's going to stop me. Regarding Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York, she adds, I can't put into words how inept this guy is. 50s, Manhattan, Democrat, lesbian voter saying Trump 2020. This is not just one person. This individual represents way more people than the Democrats want to admit. They like to say Tim Pool's a conservative. I just had an argument with Seamus Coughlin of Freedom Tunes about pro-life versus pro-choice. Sorry, buddy. I've always been a left-leaning independent. Left-leaning independent. I'm not a registered Democrat or anything like that. But I typically voted Democrat. I typically sided with these issues. That's where I was. Now I'm looking at the Republicans and I don't agree with you. I'll argue with you. But the Democrats are nuts. People like Bill de Blasio allowing this chaos to happen and refusing to acknowledge the good things Trump has done. Now, to Chris's point about not caring about Afghanistan and the Middle East, I disagree. But I understand. She needs her job. She needs her retirement. That's what she focuses on, and that makes sense to me. I have a job. I'm kind of doing all right for myself. So I do care about Afghanistan and the Middle East, and guess what? Donald Trump's still doing a good job there. These Middle Eastern peace deals are tremendous. Bring this to the debate, Donald Trump, and you cannot lose. They want to say that Trump is trying to put on a sideshow, that Trump is trying to distract from the issues. No. Trump is playing chess. They're playing checkers. A lot of Trump supporters like to say Trump is playing 4D chess. I won't go that far.
4D chess.
But Trump is playing chess. They are playing checkers. Perhaps that's underestimating the Democrats. Because you see all these smear pieces I just highlighted. They're trying. The problem is they may be playing chess, but they're playing really bad. They're like that kid who pulls out the queen right away and starts, the queen's the best piece, and they move it around and they lose the queen immediately. These smears are so insane. Listen, man, if you came out and said Donald Trump disparaged, this minority ethnic group, I'd be like, I don't know about that. If you came out and said Trump said, rude comments about a group of Christians, I'd be like, wow, what did he say? But when you come out and you just pepper us with all of these things where it's like Donald Trump quite literally insulted every demographic he needs to win, I'm going to be like, shut up. No, he didn't. That's ridiculous.
But Ralph will believe it.
Fool me. You can fool some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you're not going to fool all the people all the time. If you try and put out a story for every single voting demographic and claim Trump hates them, I'm sorry, man, you lost me. Now I don't believe anything you have to say. But how will this translate to a debate? Well, Donald Trump will deny all of it. And people aren't going to care about what the media has to say. They're going to want to hear what Trump has to say. But ratings have been down across the board, so we'll see how this plays out. People were expecting these town halls with Trump and everybody in these debates to be like record-setting performances. They haven't been. Tucker Carlson, however, has shattered records in cable TV news with nearly 5 million viewers in like the past week. It's nuts. For like one day, mind you. So what'll happen with these debates? I don't know. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to cook up some pizza, or we're going to bake up some pizza. We're going to get some popcorn and beers. We're going to put on the big old TV, and we are going to watch, and we're going to tweet, and we're going to laugh. And I got to tell you, man, Joe Biden may not be as hated as Hillary Clinton, but Trump is funny. And if you don't understand the power of humor and joy and laughter, then you don't get it. I've been to Trump rallies, man. Trump is a funny guy. He did it with Hillary Clinton because you'd be in jail. Everybody laughs and cheers. Rosie O'Donnell, fat pig. Yeah, everybody thought it was hilarious. Not the Democrats, obviously. They were getting angry and all riled up. But the more they get triggered and trolled, the less apt for the less capable they come off as. They don't seem cool and collected. And Trump, he comes off like he dominates. And you got to understand two important factors here. People want a president who's going to take control and guard them and keep them safe, and they want a good economy. Trump's proven it. I don't know what you think's going to happen, but I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up at youtube.com/TimCastNews starting at 6 p.m. It is a different channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all then.
People. My phone is ringing. I don't know who is calling me, but they're not going to get answered. He got it on live. So, first of all, let's check this bad boy out. Hodge twins. I think this is dope. A gift from the fiance. I'm a very lucky man today. My hat that I picked out. Me and my good friend from a spot in Fall River, Trump store. I love these hats because they keep my hair dry. And they help me dry my hair after a shower, which is great. And it's going to be a fucking slaughter out there tonight, guys. It's going to be elder abuse. Do you realize that? This is going to be absolutely brutal, people. We are going to witness something the likes of which we have never seen before. Missy Q, thank you very much for joining us. This is the pre-show. I hope you stick around when we go live at 8:30. We're going to play Project Veritas, which is super important. And actually, as a matter of fact, right now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play part 1 again for anyone that didn't see it yet. And anyone that did, we can talk about it. But it is very important. This is one of the most important things that we've had to deal with as a country. Because we've all thought that our vote didn't count. We've all thought that elections were rigged. And everybody had their own speculation as far as, you know, what they believed and what they didn't believe. And now we're in a position where we have evidence. We have evidence to back it up. We have evidence to say, okay, now this is the
Trump
problem.
camp seeks extra debate rule. Third party.
This is where we realize there's a problem. So everyone, this, what I'm about to show you right now, is some real shit. This is Project Veritas hidden camera footage of people being caught on a massive scale with a vote harvesting scheme. The word systemic is thrown around, and I know that's a buzzword these days. But this is something that's actually systemic, and you're going to see how in the video. So, Ralph, I hope you're still here. I hope you're sticking around. Everyone that's joining us for the first time, welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. This isn't a usual show. This isn't live at 5. This is debate coverage from BG on the channel. Let's all get together and watch it because we have a reason to. And it's going to be a fucking blast. Now let's go and expose some corruption, which is what we
Mohammed,
do here.
a.k.a. King Liban 1, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car. This video is one of the first of its kind.
All right, so here we go. Project Veritas. I highly suggest everyone find them on YouTube and subscribe. This is nothing but real shit. They've been sued, I want to say 7 or 8 times, and they have never lost a lawsuit because everything they put out is legitimate. They are right up there with WikiLeaks as 100% on point. Here we go, though. Project Veritas.
James O'Keefe here in downtown Minneapolis at the scene of the crime. The person you're about to meet, Liban Mohammed, a.k.a. King Liban 1, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car. This video is one of the first of its kind. A man self-incriminating himself, bragging about all the illegal ballot harvesting that he does.
Money is everything. Money is the key in this world. If you ain't got money, you should not be here, period. You know what I'm saying? Lacag is everything. Campaign lacag ba wada. $200 iyo $100 oo waxa la ayida iyo awga iyo aska soo qaadeen. You cannot campaign that. You gotta have an investment to campaign. You gotta have a fundraisers. You gotta have waxa la yiraahdo. You gotta have the whole team. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Wajida gaariyaygu waa buuxa. Waxaas waa absent ballot salka yaala. Soo jeedid. fiiri waxaasoo dhan soo jeedi waa buuxa gaariyaydi waa buuxa yaala waxaas kulli waa Jamaal Cusmaan way fiiri 300 kaliya maanta soo dhacday oo Jamaal Cusmaan yaa ciidamada hogaaminaysa aamino maxaa leedahay waa lagu kala baxay Soomaa meesha aad weyn waa generaalada ciidamada hogaaminaysa weeye sida awla socotaan yaa ilaahay haata shaqadu waa socotaa adeer saak 6 baan bilownay ilaahay haatana waa wadnaa waa noo jeedaa saacadana waa u jeedaan waa ay horeysa saacadayda oo bixinay
2 in the morning still hustling 2 in the morning still hustling.
I think he was both Ilhan Omar and Jamal, but I think he was more with Ilhan Omar. My name is Omar, O-M-A-R, Jamal, J-A-M-A-L. I'm right now part of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, but also I'm the chair of the Somali Watchdog Group, and I have been involved in the community for the last 20 years.
Omar Jamal is the latest brave Project Veritas insider to come forward and expose a voter fraud scheme in Minnesota that will shock you.
Well, I want to be part of this investigation because of ongoing election fraud that we feel that we should bring to the attention of everyone. Therefore, chances are we can do something about it.
When we spoke with Omar Jamal, he actually repeated our PV insider motto, be brave.
Do something about it.
Omar Jamal secretly recorded conversations with the players involved in the voter fraud scheme to expose the criminal behavior he says is victimizing his own community and the integrity of the election process.
Liban didn't get it in a unique way. He just got them the way that everybody before him or maybe even after him will do, which is go to the elders, probably maybe pay them and collect, help, to their man. He's helping them. So I think that's the process of collecting from the seniors from their buildings.
There was video, you can see the video, there was a video out and about that he has the ballots in his car.
Right.
And talking about the only way you can win is with money.
She uses money, and he's one of many people. He's not the only one who works for her. He was talking to his opponents and other people saying that, here we are. He was just boosting,
He said, I have 300, and he had them in his hand. Got it right here.
Like a cash. Like cash. So question, have you ever asked yourself, how did he get them?
Yeah, how did he get them?
You just don't go, and I was looking at them, and they were not filled. They were blank.
Right, some were open.
Yeah. In an envelope still.
Who was the one filling out the absentee ballots for you?
Kuwa ka shaqeeya campaignka. Iyaga noo dira marka ka soconayaan.
People who work with like Ilhan Omar and other candidates work for them.
Ilhan dad la shaqeeya Soomaali ah.
Ilhan has a handful of people that work for her. They came to us to our apartments. And they tell us that this year you're going to vote for Ilhan. You don't go nowhere, you stay home. We will go fill out for your absentee ballot. When it comes, we'll come and get it. You just don't go nowhere, you stay here. They fill it for us. And then they do it, but by themselves.
Where do they pay the money?
The minute we sign the thing, the election, and that's what you can pay. I think the purpose of collecting the ballots is to make sure that you fill them out and you make sure that the person won't get in there.
Wow. They fight you if you speak up.
Wow.
Like what? What can I do? Like get jumped? Hell no. They ain't going. No, I'm good.
Okay, let me talk to you.
Yeah. And I got money too. So if I gotta get them out to the polls, I'll get them to the polls.
Okay.
Just don't forget me. I need some money.
all over, bro. I got you. Listen, I'm gonna hook you up. All right. I'm working with Jamal Osman. Jamal Osman is running the city council in Minneapolis. That's my young brother.
Videos saying that the only way to win is money. And what was the other one? He said it was money.
Our source inside the Somali community explains that as soon as early voting occurs, that's when ballot harvesting of the elderly happens. And one of the places it happens is at Cedar Riverside Apartments here in Minneapolis.
At the end of this street,
Yes.
there's 3 towers called one tower.
Okay.
And it's all
Jamie's
seniors,
sleeping
and they
right
took
next to me.
every
I
ballot.
probably won't.
Every
be blowing
ballot.
the
They just
whistle.
take
Every
them from
single
them.
ballot. They knock on the door and say, your ballots come, give it
Although
to me.
we're
give it
blowing
to
the
me.
They don't even pay them for it. They just take it.
No. And the ones that didn't vote
Ballot
on ballots,
harvesters.
the young people and the women and stuff, they were paying cash. They were getting bags of money the last 1 week here to drive people. And when you vote and they mark you off, then you get in the van, they give you a cash. The money was brought by Ali Ghani. Ali Ghani is the campaign chair of Ilhan. He's a staffer in her office.
Ali
Ghani was coordinating everything.
Ali is who's deputy director for Ilhan Omar here in Minneapolis, is part of people who are using cash to get votes and use that to make sure that he wins the election. He's very active in the community and making sure that whatever it takes to get her elected by any means necessary.
Based upon our undercover reporting, U.S. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, also affectionately known as a member of the Squad, and her campaign may be behind one of the biggest voter fraud schemes in American history. But this time, we have it on tape.
The person who's working in Ilhan's campaign is the one who's managing the voting place. They bring them, they line them, they put the open ballots in there, and then they take them in and say, here. And the people mark. How's that working? They have perfected this system. This is what they do. They will tell you, we are applying for your ballot. They take a picture of your social security and your driver's license. They have a database. When the ballot comes, they track it. Sometimes they make fake emails.
Heather, glad you stopped in to say hello.
Ballot.
Kevin, I'm
then
glad
they
you're
come
ready.
and pick up the ballot.
Be back
Wow.
by,
So
by
they-
9.
Wow.
So there's a vested interest, but we are victims of the system. They don't give a shit about any Somali issue. Sorry to use my language.
No, you're right.
And the DFL wants to win this state at all costs. It's a mutually beneficial, and the victims is the Somali.
We have to understand that the immigrants, mostly here now, are first generation immigrants. They are.
All right, so everyone who's here right now, I just want to announce real quick, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We're about to be live with the election in less than an hour, a little over 30 minutes actually. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to switch up the stream. This is going to be extremely quick. It's going to be extremely efficient. We're not even going to lose our place on the video. I'm going to have to stop the video. I'm going to retitle the new stream, and then we're going to get it started. Literally refresh your page 2 and 3 times. It should be up in less than 90 seconds. So everybody that's here, I hope to see you back in just 2 minutes or less when we get the new stream started, and we will go ahead and continue the video. We will finish this out. You're going to notice it's not even going to look any different. We're not changing anything.